I'm going to fill you in with a little rhetoric before we play it. Would you like to know how John Coltrane and I met? I don't think I'm going to tell you anyway. I was in high school, and there was a fellow, Howard Cunningham. He was learning how to play the alto saxophone. I was trying to learn how to play the tenor. And he came to school one day, and he said, there's a fellow who moved into the projects, you know, where you don't have to pay a lot of rent, and the government helps to subsidize and whatnot. And he plays alto, and he sounds just like Johnny Hodges. Well, that was before Charlie Parker, see. And the barometer was Willie Smith, Benny Carter, and Johnny Hodges. So I said, what? He sounds like Johnny Hodges. I said, do you think you can bring him by the house tomorrow after school? He said, yeah, I think so. I said, what's his name? He says, his name is John Coltrane. I said, it's okay. The next day after school, I was waiting, and the bell rang, and I opened the door, and there was Howard. And with Howard, there was this fellow with the saxophone case, a beat-up-looking saxophone case. So they came in, Howard sat down, and John just stood in the doorway. He didn't sit down, he didn't say anything. I didn't know what to say. I said, play something. He took his horn out, and he started playing On the Sunny Side of the Street. And it sounded just like Johnny Hodges. Now, my mother, nobody ever saw my mother. She was up on the second floor. We had our jam sessions, and she never came down. Nobody ever saw her. She never said it was good, it was bad, nothing. Never a word. And when he finished playing On the Sunny Side of the Street, I heard this voice upstairs say, who was that? I'm her son. I was there every day. She never said anything. This stranger comes in and she asks, who is he? Well, I'd never heard a name like Coltrane. I said, John Coltrane. And when we got to know him, that name was so strange. We not only called him Coltrane, we called him Freight Train, Boxcars, you know, like all sorts of things. But as time went by, John and I wound up with a traveling band. You know, we were traveling through the Midwest and through the South, and we weren't making much money. And the fellows would get into the city, and they would check into the hotel. And John and I would go to what you call here the pension, the YMCA, and we check in. We get one room, and we sleep together in the bed to save money. Well, we both like sweet potato pies. And in the South, the sweet potato pies, paradise. We stop, you know, on the bus, the grand bus, and we stop for a rest stop. And we stopped, and this place had the little pies, like not the big pie, a lot of little pies. They had about 15 pies. I bought 3. Oh, fantastic. John bought the rest. I ate my 3 pies, and John ate his 10 pies. And after about a half hour, the bus had to stop every 10 minutes for John to... Yeah, I still miss John. Yeah, we had a lot of fun together. But he wrote a song when he was with Miles Davis called Mr. PC. And I'm sure he wrote it for Paul Chambers. Mr. PC by John Coltrane.